All right, guys, welcome back to That's Offside with Juan, Chileno, and our third co-host, which is supposed to be Homie, but he either went AFK or is running late. But it's all good. The show
All right.
must go on. There's a lot to cover, so we can't really wait for Homie, even if we wanted to. So yeah, dude, Chileno, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Look, I had a long week of work. I'll be honest, I didn't watch that much football this weekend, but I'm like, you know what? I got to come on the show. I got to rep my hometown team, the Houston Dynamo. Okay, it says Chileno on the back as well.
You
So
gotta
I got to
show us
rep them.
the jersey, man. You gotta show him the
You see
drip.
if y'all can see it. There we go. Right there. You see a little Chileno. Chileno. Number 11, baby.
That's on side. So in case you knew, the concept of this show is that we're pretty much just gonna be kicking it. We're gonna give our takes. I mean, Chileno and I just disagree by default. So how our takes go, we'll decide on whether that's on side. What you're saying is
Mm.
pretty online. If that's offside, if you're way off, or if we got to go to the VAR to review because it's something questionable. So a lot to cover this past weekend, of course. I know I get tired of us talking about it, man. But we got to start with the Premier League. I mean, it is the Premier League. It's literally in the name. Best league in the world. So with this one, your team had a bad outing last week.
Yes.
And this week, I mean, they started off versus Luton Town on Friday. They started off week 3 for the Premier League. How they go, Chileno?
A 3-0 win, which is very nice. Player of the match is a guy that we've basically been talking shit about the whole time is Raheem Sterling. So Raheem Sterling, but I gotta ask, do we actually give credit to Raheem Sterling's play against a team that just got improved like Luton Town? Or is it just like a one-hit wonder? That's the thing. So Raheem Sterling had a 9.0 rating on FitMob. So obviously, player of the match, Nicholas Jackson finally scored, which was amazing. Enzo Fernandez, what a baller he is. I mean, that little chip shot pass over to Raheem Sterling and then that cross to Nicholas. I mean, absolutely outstanding play from Enzo. But if you look at it for Chelsea, finally Mauricio Pochettino gets his first win as the new Chelsea boss, and I think it's good things to come. I believe we have a Carabao Cup match. I think tomorrow, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that, but it's a good start for Chelsea right now, and maybe hopefully as a Chelsea fan, I'm pleading that this leads to more wins and not draws or losses.
I hear you, man, and definitely must have been a refresher. Finally, get on the board with a dominant win. It is Luton Town. We do have to keep in mind this is a team that's getting games postponed because their home stadium's not ready to host Premier League games.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're wondering why, you can just simply Google the stadium and what it looks like. I mean, in my opinion, I think the game should be allowed as is. I think it's a great for the culture, bringing some of that grittiness of the vibe. This is a team that really came from the mud, and I think the stadium itself represents that. But yeah, I mean, Luton Town so far they've played through 2 matches because one of them got postponed. They've lost both of them. They have a goal difference of -6 with 1 goal scored and 7 against. Is it too early to say this is a relegation team?
Yes, because it's 3 weeks in. Okay, so like, take a team like I want to say Brentford. So you had Brentford that started off with 2 losses right off the bat when they were here, before they got relegated last year, I think. Um, and then all of a sudden they went on like a hot streak. So I think right now it's if Luton Town were to keep losing. So if Luton Town, let's say that over the next 3 or 4 matches, if they lose, then yes, I'm going to say more than likely Luton Town is a relegation team, along with I don't know. I didn't have Tottenham, but Luton Town is probably one of the teams that everybody right now is picking to get relegated. So it's still too early, though. 3 weeks in, too early.
Yeah, I think the score. I mean, definitely they got dominated, but Luton has some good moments. We'll see how both of them do throughout the season, and we'll move on to our next game, which was Man United versus Nottingham Forest. I know you didn't get the chance to see this one, but
No.
I did. I did, and I was actually watching the Arsenal game when I found out that Awoniyi, probably butchering the hell out of your name. Sorry about that. He scored in the second minute, and then 2 minutes after that, Bolly came in with another goal, and literally 5 minutes into the match, Man United was down 2 goals to nil. And you know, I had taken Man United to win -270. I felt pretty good about that. So instantly, I was down horrendous, Chileno. I was down
Yeah.
horrendous, but luckily Eriksen managed to chip away from that lead. Casemiro, Real Madrid legend, of course, managed to 52nd minute, and then last but not least, of course, Bruno Fernandes, who is having a heck of a season. I mean, 9.0 rating on FOTMob, had a shot accuracy of 60%, but had 3 big chances created and 6 total shots. I think this is saying a lot for a player like this, especially coming from the center attacking midfielder. This is a player who had 6 out of 9 accurate long balls, really opening the field for Man United. This is the player that's pulling the strings. The team goes as he goes. And I just wish they had more of a striker, because Anthony Martial doesn't convince me. Onana had one of the funniest moments of the season. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but literally the first goal, he's 1-on-1 versus Aweniyi. Sorry,
Mhm.
but your name again. And literally he's going for it. He's going for it, and he starts like falling back. And as he's falling back, the shot's going in, and then like you just see
Mhm.
him.
Oh, look who joined us.
Then he's just falling, as I think he was falling asleep. Like Homiee, I think, fell asleep.
I was on a phone call. I apologize, y'all. I apologize.
We just know we just love getting shit around here, but yeah, man. Just like that, Man United was down bad, but they managed to bring it back. Homie, did you get the chances to watch the Man United versus Nottingham game?
I've watched the first 10 minutes. I saw they're down 2-0. I laughed and took it off.
And then you missed the greatest comeback of the weekend. Wow. But yeah, man. Really a great game from Man United overall. But I will say, Erik ten Hag, you're officially on the hot seat, because this is a game they should have lost, and Nottingham let it slip away. Say what you want. You can either say this is a game that Man United won or a game that Nottingham lost. I will say this game that Nottingham lost.
Yeah, no, I agree, because after the game, all of a sudden there's reports that Man United is now interested in one of my team's players in Cucurella. So I get maybe, I don't know, on loan. He's talking about a loan deal. But I mean, if you look at when I saw that and I looked at my phone and it said Nottingham Forest was up 2-0, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Please, for the love of God, just win this game, and I will rub it in those my coworkers that are Man United fans. Absolutely rub it in their face that you lost to Forest. Okay. And Forest is a team that I think just got promoted as well. Is it too early for them? Are they also on the relegation line with Luton Town? So, Homie, we just talked about, how Chelsea played Luton Town. Is it too early to say that like teams like Luton Town, Nottingham Forest, are they already on relegation line? Like, should we say they're already on relegation line?
I think Forest would be fine, to be honest. They have a pretty solid, okay team. And I think Luton for sure is going to be in relegation. I think it's just a matter of fact at this point. Maybe we'll see how they play against like Everton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, and Wolves. Those are the other teams that are kind of that relegation battle. So I think it depends on how they play against those teams, and then we can maybe sort it out. Like, okay, these guys are definitely going down. Because Everton looked like a damn mess.
That's a great way to look at it, homie. And then, yeah, I mean, we do have to consider only week 2, but they have conceded 7 goals, only made 1 goal so far. And I mean, yeah, team's not in the best not in the best shape. But we'll move on to the next game, and Nottingham Forest might have more Champions League than Chelsea. I don't know. You can fact check that. But Arsenal versus
They definitely don't.
That's offside.
Is it?
Extremely offside.
That's offside.
I think Nottingham have one. I think Nottingham have one.
They have 1 or 2.
Thank you.
I think they have 2. Let me check.
I think they definitely have. I know they have one at least. How many does Chelsea have? Chileno? 2, right?
Chelsea has 2. I forgot they won this last one. Let me see.
What, Champions League titles?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead
And
and ask Google. How many UCL titles does Nottingham Forest have? Jesus Christ, this thing is useless. All right, but anyways, somebody fact check that for me. But we're gonna move on to the Arsenal versus Fulham game, and this is a game that I also unfortunately had money on.
Oh, they do have 2. They do have 2.
Ah!
One is not offside.
Make sure
Hold on. They have a UEFA Champions League and a UEFA Super Cup.
That was what it was called back in the day.
Okay.
From UEFA.com, they have 2. They won it back-to-back years.
All right, we got 2.
Yeah, fact check, buddy.
They won in 78-79 and 79-80. Yep. They won it back-to-back years.
Yep. And then they need Kai Havertz for it. All right. This one was another game that I like I said earlier, unfortunately I had money on, and it started off really bad. It also started off really bad. As you can see, my Saturday morning was just off to a really bad start after both teams I had bet on were down early. But yeah, Pereira scores at the 1 minute. I'm gonna be honest with you, I missed this goal because goddamn, it was 8:30 in the morning. I was making my coffee. But I had turned on the game and I just hear goal, and I just come back and I'm like, what the hell? Like, team's down already. But yeah, this game ended up being a huge disappointment for me. Arsenal had the chance to win it, and they didn't. What did you guys think of it?
Homie, you go first. I didn't watch.
To be fair, I didn't watch it either.
Yep. None of us watched it.
Bro, I unfortunately had to watch it. And I gotta say, man, Arsenal, like, there's this, every time I see a bottle, I just see an Arsenal logo on it. And I feel like it haunts me. I feel like this team might not recover from, one, bottling the league last year, and 2, my bold prediction on our pilot episode where I predicted them to win the league, which, by the way, and everybody in the group chat is my witness. Before even the second game was played, I officially switched my pick to, this is also not a good pick, but I switched it to Liverpool, which we're going to talk about later. And you guys were all witnesses. You guys are all witnesses of when I changed it to Liverpool. Because
I think you should stuck with the original pick.
No, everybody knows I'm not a bandwagon. But yeah, Arsenal, just a huge disappointment. This is a game they were supposed to win, a game they could have won, and literally in the 87th minute, man, they worked so hard. As you see my dog photobombing in the background, they worked so hard to gain the lead back, come back from a deficit. And, bro, they ended up blowing it at the end of the game. And, I love the way Mikel Arteta plays. And I love how we call him the mini Pep, the Pep this, Pep that. But I'm like, dude, if you're always going to be in another man's shadow, you're never going to be your own man. Somebody wise said that. I didn't say that. I forgot who said it. But I think those are great words to live by. And until Arteta finds his own style to play with Arsenal, I think he's going to keep falling short, because you can't play like Pep if you're not Pep. There's only one Pep, and that's the way City works. You can't try to replicate it. If you could replicate what Guardiola does, everybody would do it. And if you really could replicate it, then everybody under his tree would have already done it and made millions of dollars and made a bigger legacy than he has. But nobody's done it. That's another reason why Barcelona has never been the same since he left. That's another conversation for another day. All right. Anything else you guys got to say about this game? You didn't watch it, so we're going to move on to the next.
Hold on. What about Saka? Do you think, is Saka the future of England? Or is it Bellingham? That's the thing.
Oh, come on, bro. Is that even a question? Come on.
Saka is the future attacker of England. Bellingham is the future captain.
That's like comparing a McDonald's quarter pounder in Bellingham to the little 69-cent burger, which I don't even think it's 69 cents anymore. Inflation.
What year are you living in? It hasn't been 69 cents for like 50 years.
That's the last time I was in McDonald's. Sorry, buddy. If you're in McDonald's,
bro, a McChicken's like $4.
They put up this hats offside flag.
Dude, the McChicken was $1 like 6 years ago.
Anyways,
they're 4 times the price.
All right.
Anyway,
last but not least, Homie, you got here just as we're gonna go to the next game, which is exactly West Ham versus Brighton. This one again, I didn't watch it. Chileno, did you watch it? All right, so this one's probably gonna be a quicker one. Homie, run us through it. You watched this one with Blizzy, and you had
Dude.
money too, and you actually won.
Dude, West Ham is counterattack FC. We were soaking up. Brighton was peltering us with shots. But Areola was just saving all of them. Man of the match, most likely in the game. I can't fact check it, but he's definitely man of the match, and he absolutely dominated moving the sticks. And then we were just counterattacking them throughout the whole game. James Ward-Prowse got it on I think off of Perry, off of the Brighton keeper, Bowen on another counterattack, and Mikel Antonio, who I shit on throughout all of last year, all of this season so far. He gets a goal and shuts me up. I'm like, okay, I'm happy. And then after all of that, the bow tie from this win was after a few days later, Mohamed Kudus is signed to be a West Ham player. And I am so excited to just see him play for us.
Dude, I wish you guys would have gotten Doku instead of Man City. And
We didn't need a winger, though. That's the problem. We don't need a winger.
West Ham right now, 2 wins, 1 draw, in second place in the English Premier League. Mind you, this is only week 3, but still, 7 goals for, only 3 against. They're the 3rd most goleador team. I don't know how to say goleador in English, but they're the 3rd most goleador team in the Premier League. First will be Brighton, which, holy crap, what Brighton's doing is crazy, with 9 goals. Next will be Aston Villa with 8 goals because they have to score a lot to get away from Fleetwood Martinez's mistakes. And then third would be West Ham with 7. But yeah, great stuff to see from West Ham here. We're going to move on to the next game, which is
We're winning the Europa League. We're winning the Premier League.
Wow.
We're winning it all.
All right.
Okay.
I always say, never mind. I was going to yeah, I'm gonna hold back on that. Next game we have Newcastle versus Liverpool. Before we get into it, do you guys think this was the game of the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Incredible game this was. It really lived up to the hype. Newcastle is trying to make themselves known as one of the powerhouses in the Premier League. They want to get with the names in the top 6, and when they mention the top 6, Newcastle wants to be involved. They were off to a good start. I'm not gonna lie. Also coming off, really benefiting off the mistakes of Alexander-Arnold. What are you doing? Huge candidate for Bozo of the Week. This show, we'll see what the rankings are at the end of the show. But yeah, dude, Trent Alexander-Arnold, huge mistake. Gordon gets through with basically a through ball from Salah is what it was, because Arnold couldn't control it. 1-on-1 versus Alisson, stood no chance. The rest of the game, they were fighting. They were scrappy. Van Dijk gets sent off. Do you think that was a red card?
Yes.
You think that was a red card, Chileno?
Clear, obvious goal scoring.
Did he? Okay, from the way it looked, because I was trying to see all the different angles. Where exactly did he hit him to get the red card? What was the reasoning behind the red card? What did they say?
I don't think it was a red card, so homie, that's for you.
So it's not where he got him. It's the denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity. Dog, so that is the clearest red card. There's no other man who can get him.
It wasn't 1-on-1. It wasn't last man.
But what I'm saying is there's no one else who can.
It has
defend that.
You can't say that. You can't say that in the same sentence and then agree that it wasn't last man. What you're saying is it was last man. But if you look at the replay, it wasn't last man. And then what surprises me even more is that they went to the VAR to look at it. And what surprises me even more than that is like, okay, give the, like, whatever, like, even if you're going to agree with that, like, I don't think you have to at least prove your point in your argument that it was the last man, because that's your argument. If the foul wasn't a red card, it wasn't aggression, it was a tactical foul, and it was at the edge of the box. Yes, it was a clear chance. Was it a clear chance, a super clear chance to score like he was through? No. it was gonna be a contested shot either way, and he was outside the box. But he takes one more step, he's right there with the defender. So I don't think it's a red card. It should have been a clear yellow.
I just
But
rewatched it right now, and just from the way it looks, like it's not a one-on-one chance. There were other defenders around, so if I had to say no, I would not have given that a red card. That's a yellow.
so I mean,
I'm standing
kind
along.
of got. We're gonna have to go to the VAR for this one to see if it's onside or offside. But I mean, unlike the rest of the games, we're actually not gonna waste people's time here. We're gonna go ahead and move on with the rest of the story, because I mean it was a long storyline. So then they have to make adjustments. Luis Diaz, who was having a pretty good game, gets taken off, and then you have Cody Gakpo as striker. Cody Gakpo, goddamn it, Cody Gakpo is muerto, bro, muerto, and this guy is, I don't know how he's still employed, this man, but he finally gets taken off at the 58th minute after he couldn't do anything. He couldn't catch a pass, he couldn't control the ball, he couldn't help defend, he couldn't help create, he couldn't shoot on target. All right, take the man off. In comes in Darwin Nunez, and this would be the substitution that changes everything. Do you think this is Darwin Nunez's breakout moment? I feel like right now he has the world.
Yes.
If there's a chance for him to break out, it's right now.
Yes.
He has the same amount of goals in his first 35 appearances for Liverpool as Luis Suarez, by the way. 17. So it could happen. It would just have to be how consistent he's going to be, because last season when he was on the pitch, he has a consistent shot. He was there, putting the shots on goal, or at least getting the shots off. He just couldn't get him on target, couldn't get him behind in the goal. And maybe this season he's learning from that and he can definitely be better.
Yeah, I feel like definitely now there's less pressure on him. Now it's not really I have to go like prove myself here. Right now he's coming off the bench. Expectation was low to begin with because people were kind of out on him. And yeah, right now he has the world at his feet. And I mean, comes in at the 81st minute, he gets through, comes one-on-one versus Nick Pope, puts it between his legs into the back of the net. Crazy. And then at the 90+3, at one point, I just had a horrible day betting. So I had originally put in a small bet of Liverpool money line, which ended up cashing. But then I was desperate at the end of the game because I thought we were going to lose. So I put the under 2.5 goals for plus 100.
Damn.
I know, it was crazy. And then Darwin gets through, literally almost the same exact ball in the 90+3. And in the same exact way, he scores it into the back of the net. Liverpool are through. The funniest moment of this match, when Newcastle took the lead, and I think this was when Van Dijk was getting sent off. The I have to pronounce Eddie Howe. He was pretty much shushing Klopp, saying, "Yo, focus on the game." Trying to pretty much punk one of the greats. Liverpool comes back, and at the end, Jurgen Klopp gets the last laugh by shushing him last. And man, what a story this is. Liverpool, my pick for Premier League winner this season, but they're going to have a tough road ahead of them with Man City that looks good. Newcastle, for a great part of that game, looked great as well. Just a lot to take away from just these last few teams coming together. Any last few words you guys have about this game?
It wasn't actually Eddie Howe who did the shushing. It was one of the assistant coaches. It was James Tyndall, one of the assistant coaches. Jason Tyndall, one of the assistant coaches.
Is this nobody? Is this nobody trying to punk
The
Klopp?
assistant manager.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
That's if Liverpool were to have Darwin coming off the bench, I mean that's a dangerous weapon to have coming off your bench now.
Dude,
That's a dangerous weapon.
Speed, and he was a killer, and I think he's gonna get his groove back. He's gonna do great things for Liverpool and gain that starting job back.
He has something there's a combination of speed and size too. Like it's something you can't really teach.
Yeah, he's definitely taking good advantage of it. And who knows? Maybe he could be the next Luis Suarez. So next up, just gonna run through a few scorelines here that through the rest of the weekend. We have Man City beating Sheffield United 2-1. That was interesting for a little bit. Aston Villa beat Burnley 3-1. Other games we had this weekend was Brentford versus Crystal Palace 1-1, Everton lost versus Wolves, and then Tottenham won 2-0 versus Bournemouth. I'm sure Takes is happy about that one. All right, so we move on to the next league. We're taking the plane over to Spain. And man, I gotta take the lead on this one because Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo. Real Madrid ends up winning 1-0. Bad news that Vini goes out with an injury early on in the game. Was probably having the best stretch of the season, given that he hasn't had the best start of the season under Ancelotti's new lineup. But he was starting off the game hot. He was doing good. Then he goes out with a hamstring injury that has just been reported recently that he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. But for the rest of the game, man, if Real Madrid, I feel like for the last years, they've had a safety blanket. It was Ronaldo. Then Benzema stepped up to the plate. We're going to say, who's it going to be this season? Is it going to be Vinicius? Is it going to be Rodrigo? Is it going to be one of the veterans? Nope. 20-year-old wonder kid, Jude Bellingham, which arguably one of the best midfielders in the world right now at the tender age of 20 years old, probably the most mature leader, one of the most mature leaders on the team, one of the best players, technically, one of the highest IQs possible. I mean, the way we have it listed, we raved about him last week, but I mean, just a magician on the ball. What do you guys think of this last game or of Jude Bellingham's performance recently?
I mean, look, we talked about him in the last 2 episodes. How many goals has he scored for Real Madrid now? How many? 4. Okay. How many games have they played?
3.
Give me a goddamn break. Okay. He's on pace right now. I don't even know. He's going to score 800 goals this year. He is absolutely outstanding. I have never, ever seen a player like Jude Bellingham right now. I mean, you get him from Dortmund. I mean, he's going to be the face of football in the next coming years, and hands down. I'm already saying right now, he's going to be better than Mbappe. And that's a lot for me to say. He's going to be better than Mbappe. When this kid develops and keeps developing and developing, holy crap. What an outstanding youngster. 20. He's 20. I'm almost 33, okay? I don't remember what I was doing when I was 20, okay? Not that, okay? I mean, the kid is outstanding. I mean, I asked you guys earlier, is Saka the future of England? And you were like, no, it's Bellingham. Bellingham is the star of not just Real Madrid. He's the star of the future for the entire football.
Yeah, man. I feel like he came out of nowhere, and I feel like it hits even more because Homiee and I had a lot of discussions about Bellingham last season, especially during the Champions League. I know, Homiee, you remember a lot of that, especially when they faced against Chelsea and Dortmund went outside. And the big question then was like, where's Bellingham? Bellingham was getting all this hype in the World Cup. We're about a month removed from the World Cup. Where's Bellingham? Went outside at the end of the season as well, was dealing with an injury, but then we saw how Dortmund lost the season pretty tragically, I would say. At the moment they were the closest, they were the furthest also to winning the league, which is, kind of poetic in a way when you're going to look back at it in a few years. But yeah, man, I feel like the bar right now is Zinedine Zidane, and I feel like even that is setting the expectation, something that's really possible. One stat that I saw on ESPN is that Real Madrid hasn't had a goal scorer with this start of a season since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2012, which is just fucking what the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, dude. And yeah, I mean, as a Madrid fan, I'm really excited, but I'm not selfish. I'm ready to share this talent and beautiful football with the rest of the world because we all, as football fans, deserve to enjoy a talent like Jude Bellingham. But yeah, that's pretty much my take on Real Madrid's game and pretty much Jude Bellingham in general. Anything else you guys want to say?
Tease him.
Pretty cool on that. Awesome. So on to the next game, Villarreal versus Barcelona. Villarreal 3, Barcelona 4. Homie, you tuned into this one. You were on the edge of your couch. It was a wild game. Run us through it.
Dude, like we went up 2-0 like relatively easily, and this team, Villarreal, they're called the Yellow Submarine for a reason. They defend the fuck out of each other, and it's so frustrating to even break them down. And then we went up 2-0 like in 15 minutes. I was excited. Gavin De Jong scored, and I was really excited. I'm like, okay, we're gonna absolutely dominate this game. And then the Argentine Juan decides I'm gonna score a goal from as a right back. Boom, we're down. But we're still 2-1. Sorloff of 14 minutes later, 2-2, all evens at halftime. I'm like, what the hell happened? What's going on? And then the man, the myth, the 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, after we're down 3-2, decides, you know what? I'm him. Gets a beautiful assist and a Lewandowski off of a Lamine Yamal post shot off the post, scores a little tap in to break it into his first goal of the season after 3 games in La Liga. But then sealing our win 4-3, and I was absolutely amazed. Frankie de Jong, I'm expecting him to be a man of the match performance. If it wasn't for Frankie de Jong, Lamine Yamal was our best player on the pitch. He was incredible. Sergio Roberto, Marcos Alonso should not share a pitch with the rest of these players. Christensen was our entire defense was terrible. Ter Stegen had a few chances that he should have saved as well. And I'm actually surprised to say that our defense was terrible, despite, of course, we started Marcos Alonso and Sergio Roberto, who can't defend for their lives anymore. And our attack was the better side. Gundogan was very good. Gavi was okay, despite him scoring. Lewandowski struggled from this game again. He's still trying to get into it. I don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully we can get back on the groove and scoring goals like this and not allowing goals. And I'm glad we signed João Cancelo to help our fullback depth because we don't really have the depth as we got him on loan from City.
Bro, I mean, Chileno, what you got to say about this one?
I mean, look, like, you talk about back and forth. Like Homiee mentioned, you go up 2-0, and you're like, all right, this is pretty. But do y'all know what the most dangerous score in football is? 2-0. The most dangerous score ever. So whenever I see a team going up 2-0, I'm literally going, oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap. How are we going to blow this? How are we going to blow this? So, I mean, overall, the game, I was also on the edge of my seat, more like on the edge of my chair that I'm sitting in right now because I was watching on my laptop. And, you know, it's – what else can you say about the kid? What's his name? Yamal? He's
Yamal.
16, right? Holy crap. Okay. Outstanding youngster. This kid, he's not a man yet. I'm sorry. And I apologize to viewers. I don't even know if his balls have dropped yet, okay? All right? He is 16 years old playing against these amazing, outstanding players on a club that is known worldwide. I mean, call me crazy, but you talk about a bright future, there's a bright future right there for young men.
Dude, this is another play that just makes no sense. I mean, he's just starting his journey, so we'll see what he develops into. Oh, definitely rooting for him. I mean, only 16 years old. I think he was born, Homiee, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was born in 2007. 2007. So, I mean, dude.
I was 17.
Oh,
I was 4.
that's crazy, man. Yeah, I was 9 years old, but like even in that, I was like, dude, at 16 years old, like what was I thinking? It was none of this. Like I wasn't, bro, professional. Like think about when you were 16 and just like putting yourself in those shoes, like it just makes no sense at all when you think about it. And the fact that like he had an 8.5 rating on FOTMob, you know, ended up with an assist in this game and had one shot go to the woodworks, so could have ended up with a goal and an assist. At 16 years old, in a La Liga match that went back and forth for a total combined of 7 goals. I mean, you guys think like we're amazed at that. Like, listening our age, imagine being another professional footballer. Alfonso Pedraza, at the left back position, was lining up against him. He's 27 years old. How do you think he felt? Even the center back, Jorge Cuenca, on the left side, 23 years old. He's super young. How do you think he felt? Like, dude, it's a 16-year-old balling them up. They're trying their hardest. They're at their physical prime in their career. And here comes this 16-year-old Culicagadito, bro. And he's calling you up. Like, you can't do anything about it. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Like, I don't know. Like, it's
Do you
just
think his mom picks him up after the match?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
And he goes, how was school today? How was work? He's like, good. I just balled out.
that is so.
Yo, mom, I just got an assist for Barcelona. How do you feel?
Exactly.
Like-
I'm about to get paid.
And also, another thing I want to bring up about these youngsters, we're starting to see these youngsters enter professional football at 17, 18, now 16. He actually started playing for Barca at 15. Like, and we're seeing these kids who are meant to, like, in our school system in America, they're in high school. They're not even graduated at all from secondary school, I think what they call it in Europe.
Mhm.
And they're out here playing for our favorite clubs, for the biggest clubs in the world. Or they're just being. Jude Bellingham has his jersey retired at Birmingham. And there's a reason for it. He was 17, I think, when he got a jersey retired when he went to Dortmund. It's completely crazy how young we're getting now. And I think that's why we're going to see a lot more players end up like at 31, 32. And like, they've already done it all. They've gone through their whole career and maybe hang it up early or even go on until how late Ronaldo and Messi did. Basically longer careers because of this.
Yeah, dude. And just with the way technology is advancing, nutrition. I mean, one of the sports that you can last long in, it is soccer/football, however you want to call it. But yeah, man, just a treat to watch, even as a Madrid fan. Love tuning into the highlights of this game. Uh, Hope to see way more from Lamine Yamal. And like I said with Bellingham, like, you don't have to be a Barca fan to enjoy great football like this. It's just amazing to watch. So yeah, some other games we had over in La Liga. We had Valencia versus Osasuna. That's another bet that I lost. Athletic Club versus Real Betis. So Valencia versus Osasuna. That one, Osasuna won 2-1. Athletic Club versus Real Betis. Athletic Club won 4-2. Over on we also had Cádiz versus Almería, tie 1-1. Granada versus Mallorca, 3-2. Sevilla versus Girona, 1-2. Sevilla lost that game. And then we'll take over a plane really quickly over to Italy. It's impossible with the Italians. What we'll review Milan.
Hold up. How did I mention Atleti 7-0?
Wait.
Atleti ran over Rayo Vallecano. Diego Simeone.
Atleti, man. You talk about that.
I'm just going to talk about Diego Simeone and team. I'd like to park the bus for half the game. Winning 7-0 is an oddity. I don't care what team they have. Simeone doesn't like winning 7-0. He wants to win 1-0 with like 90% possession. That's his like peak.
Atleti won 7-0.
I get Juan's just salty because it's a Real Madrid, rival, but you know.
I would say why I feel this way, but even by me mentioning the allegations would get this show canceled. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Let's head over to Italy. So Milan beat up on Turin, was it? Homie, you made me lose track of my games.
Torino.
On Torino. So yeah, Milan. I want to talk about this one because we do have USA star on this team, Christian Pulisic, which, by the way, has a great fact that Chilena wanted to tell you guys about.
So just in case you guys are all wondering, Christian Pulisic has 2 goals for Milan in his first year. Okay, I think they've only played like 2 or 3 games.
2 games.
2 games. Okay, 2 goals already. How many goals did Christian Pulisic score for Chelsea all last year?
Maybe
1.
Really? Oh my god.
1. Fact: Pulisic is better than Chucky Lozano.
That's straight facts.
Yes, but if
That's
you look at it's
offside.
That's offside.
That's offsides.
Where's the flag? There it is.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in regards to Christian Pulisic, how many goals did Chelsea score on this year? Thank you. He obviously did not work under Thomas Tuchel's system. He didn't work under Frank Lampard's system because Frank Lampard sucks as a manager. He doesn't. As much as I loved to have Christian Pulisic, the American hero on my favorite club team, this is a better opportunity for him to be in Serie A with Milan. He's gonna he's already playing a lot better, which shows that his true form for his style of football is better with them than, I don't know, maybe in the future we see Pulisic back in the Premier League. Hopefully not on Chelsea. I think he was rumored to go to Newcastle, which I think he would have thrived on Newcastle. But this is a perfect opportunity for a player like Christian Pulisic to shine, to show why he is one of America's greatest right now, and to show the world that he can still play as much as his injury history has, but he can still play. He can still ball out.
He's still 24. That's the crazy
Exactly.
thing. Everyone thinks he's like 28 and washed. He's still 24.
I could have sworn he was 28.
Exactly. A lot of people think that.
His age, because I'm like, oh, he could probably, mount a comeback. He's 28, but it's like, dude, he could have an entire comeback and go through another prime, which is like at 24 years old, you have the world at your feet, man. And I'm really happy for him. It looks like he's happy again. He's balling out, and I mean, who knows, man? I'm not gonna say this league is better than that league, but maybe Italian football is just a better fit. I mean, we love ourselves some Italian football over on this side, man. And I've always liked AC Milan as a team. Always rooted for them. Some of my favorite players played there, like Ibra played there, Ronaldinho played there, Kaká played there. Can't forget about the legend Maldini. So, just a historic team. I thought they were going to go into a bit of a slump after this last season, especially they went out with a bit of drama. Stefano Pioli didn't get the help he needed, I thought, but they did get Leao on a long-term deal. But yeah, man, we'll see how they do the rest of the season. They ended up winning this one big, 4-1. Pulisic had a goal. Giroud, which, by the way, what a crazy stat. I mean, the guy, 36, still, arguably one of the for sure one of the best top 20 strikers in the world still at 36 years old. Crazy how he's still putting up numbers. And then we have Hernandez at the 45+2. Some other scorelines we running around Italy. We have Frosinone versus Atalanta. Frosinone won 2-1. Monza 2-0 versus Empoli. Hellas Verona 2-1 versus Roma, which kind of sucks because I was really rooting for Mourinho to have a stronger season this year.
He got Lukaku back,
but yeah.
when I saw the news that it was like Lukaku going to Roma, I'm like, y'all can buy him. I don't care. Buy him. Literally, you don't have to loan him out. Buy him. But Lukaku's that type of player that nobody wants to buy. They'll call him La Caca. I agree. La Caca. Okay? He came back to Chelsea, and I was, like, excited. And then he got on the pitch, first game. I said, let's sell him right now. First game. He needs to go. He needs to go.
$120 million, by the way, that Chelsea paid for him, and then they paid $8 million to loan him out to Inter, and then they
Yeah.
paid 6 million just not to loan him out to Roma. Still on Chelsea's paybook, so I don't know how much I would be laughing about that Chileno. It looks like it's going to be over $100 million loss at the end of this because I don't think he's going to sell for much and end up going to play in the MLS. But yeah, uh, those are a few scorelines. We also let's see what was here on Sunday. So, oh yeah, Napoli. Got to talk about some Napoli. So Napoli starting off strong. They're leading the league with Milan. Still only 2 games in because the Serie A started 1 week after. But Napoli's just starting off strong, man. They're keeping their core together. Man, Kvaratskhelia didn't play. What the hell? Is he injured?
Not that I know of.
Oh no, he came off the bench. What the hell? Must be tweaked or something. But yeah, all right. So Kvaratskhelia actually came off the bench with an assist. So that's really cool. And yeah, they're keeping their core together of Kvara and Victor Osimhen. Osimhen had a lot of rumors this past offseason, possibly going to Chelsea, possibly going to Man United. He got rumors with Barcelona and Real Madrid, as all top players in the world do. But he ended up staying in Napoli, stays true to his people. They love him there. He's pretty much a legend. Once he either A retires or two transfers, he's gonna be immortalized just like Maradona was in that city. Legend forever, club legend forever. There, no matter what happens moving forward. What do you guys think of? I mean, not necessarily this game, but Napoli this season. Do you guys think they're gonna have a strong season in the Italian league, but also the Champions?
I don't think they'll be as good as last season. I think they kind of downgraded. They lost Kim and Jay. They didn't really replace him. I feel like well enough. Like yes, they got a replacement, but it's not as good as what he was. And then AC Milan just got stronger, and Inter Milan still look as good as they're running the Champions League. So I don't think they're gonna. I think they'll still compete for the Serie A because Serie A is always super tight. With AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and Napoli. And you can throw in Lazio in there all the time because they're always there for them. But I don't think it's me as good of a season as they had last year where they almost went invincible.
Napoli is one of those teams that will shock you near the end. Like I didn't expect them to have the run like they did last year, but I agree with Homiee. I think yes, you can have these amazing runs like we talked about Arsenal early, but I think Napoli does. If they're here, I think they drop down. They did lose some key players, so I think we see a step back from Napoli, but they're still going to challenge. There was a comment saying that Napoli will have a good season, but AC Milan will win the league. I agree with that comment. So I think it's exciting to see what kind of games we're going to have in Serie A now between Napoli, Inter Milan, and AC Milan. I think it's going to be exciting to hear.
We'll see if Juve gets in it, if they don't keep getting hit with fines and sanctions and all this. But yeah, some other news we're gonna run into before we end the show with the MLS because we end the show with the MLS just like careers. I mean, just like athletes end their careers. But Harry Kane had 2 goals this past weekend. I don't know how you think. I don't know. My brain is
shit on MLS. Got you.
But Harry Kane had 2 goals this past season. He's looking to end up being a good transfer. I mean, a lot of people were making memes of him after his first chance at a title with Bayern came with a loss, and Tottenham started off better. But it looks like Bayern's getting back into form. Thomas Tuchel, I had some questions. I'm not gonna lie about this, not about him as a coach, but is this the correct fit? Especially after Nagelsmann has so much success with Bayern. They're off to a great start. Harry Kane seems to be a home run transfer so far. Do you guys? I mean, I don't think this is really a hot take. I mean, speed run through if you think they're going to win the Bundesliga or not. How far do you think they're going to get in the UCL?
I think they'll get farther than because last season they just didn't have a striker, and they're in general as a team they were very good. And Musiala continues to prove that he's still one of the best young players in the world. And I just don't know how far Kane will take them because I'm happy with their team. That I'm also like mixed because they're so inconsistent. They're either gonna be the best team we've ever seen anywhere in the UCL, or they'll just be bottoms out. They'll get dominated by a team like Real Madrid, like Man City. They'll just get manhandled like nothing. So maybe that with Tuchel's second first and a half season, you can kind of call it, was playing half the season last season, and they'll maybe move forward with it. But we'll see. I think maybe they'll make semis. I think semis is the kind of like the expectation that they need to put on themselves.
I was gonna say quarterfinals. I think it really are. See, here's the thing with Champions League is that it all also depends on the draw that you get. So let's say Bayern draw Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. It's gonna be tough. I'm telling you right now, it'll be tough for them to compete with a team like that. But we'll see how they do. I think a quarterfinal or semifinal.
Greats.
What was that?
To be the greats, you have to beat the greats.
Exactly. So
all right, we're running out of show here. Don't mean to interrupt you, Chileno, but we do got to give Messi some time, unfortunately. So we're gonna go to the MLS, and I mean it's all jokes. I mean you guys know I love Messi, all right? But so New York Red Bulls versus Inter Miami. This one was an MLS. Was this one an MLS match?
Yeah. This is MLS. First MLS game.
First MLS game.
Fake tournaments for this guy. I can't even keep up. But anyways, New York Red Bulls versus Inter Miami. So Lionel Messi gets his first MLS win. It comes with an assist that you guys saw it all over the weekend. It was a pretty wild assist. One of the craziest assists. I don't know if there's an assist of the year award, but if there's an assist of the year award, definitely up there. I feel like Messi's assists the last 8 months, since the World Cup, have just been on another level that like his goals have just taken a back page just to how crazy his assists are.
I don't look, like you have to look at the competition he's playing against. Okay.
No,
MLS
up too. Like I hate that you're making me bring this up. But he had some insane assists at the World Cup, man.
He did. I'm not denying it. Okay, I'm not denying he did. He 100% did. But we're talking about what he's playing right now, okay, against MLS teams, and everybody's talking about his some of his goals. I mean, his free kick goals are outstanding. Okay, the guy is just an outstanding overall. But that's why he's the GOAT. Okay, he is one of the GOATs. But if you look at the competition of MLS to what he's used to playing, I mean, I guarantee you right now, Messi's playing at 50%, which is 100% for an MLS player. Messi playing at 50% is better than 100% someone playing on an MLS team. He's good. He's great. But I do rep, MLS teams. I love my Houston Dynamo. Messi's going to play against my Houston Dynamo for the U.S. Open Cup final. Probably going to beat the crap out of him, okay? All right? Not even going to be a competition. Take Messi off Miami. All right? They're garbage. They're absolute garbage, okay? So, I don't know. Everyone's saying how impressed they are with Messi and MLS. I'm just not, because I know the competition style for MLS.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. I mean I'll take it a step further. And me and Homiee talked about it in the off season. The guy, the guy's not gonna practice. The guy's gonna come in. He's gonna be 20%, and he's still gonna dominate the league, and it's not gonna be close. So I mean I agree on that end, but Chileno, it comes to a point that it's like just like I'm able to enjoy what Cristiano does in Saudi, and I do think the Saudi league is at a much higher level than the MLS. I don't think there's a debate that, especially with the transfers this past off season. I mean, and I'm talking more for last season. Like just like I was able to enjoy that, it comes to a point that it's like you just gotta appreciate great ball at some point.
Yeah.
And let's keep it real, man. A lot of these MLS games, even me as a hater, like if Messi wasn't in them, I wouldn't be watching them. And I'm an Inter Miami fan. Like last season, I was there when the tickets were $26 to go on the south side and be with all the crazy super fans. Like, and it was super fun. and I'm a fan of that. But I'm not tuning into every game to see and root for them to win and be stressed because they don't make the playoffs. Because I know they suck. So it's like, dude, to have this guy come in and like not only change the landscape of my team, but change the landscape of the entire league. It's great stuff to see. I wish, and as much as I love what Cristiano's doing with the Saudi league, I wish Messi had more point. I hope he gets it this upcoming, maybe in the winter transfer or in the next transfer window, that he gets more pull so we can bring some more players in so that the level of competition can go up and the league can just get more entertaining as a whole because more people are going to watch it instead. Hey, let's go watch Messi beat up on fucking Cheeseburger FC. Like, we're going to watch Cheeseburger FC and they have, who knows, like, who's older now? They have Tony Kroos in the midfield, and they have Sergio Busquets is already down. You guys offloaded everybody. Lewandowski goes, and like these older Giroud is gonna go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So brings the level of competition up. That would be nice to see. We have a minute left to go here. So, I mean, anything else you guys want to bring up? Any goal that you want to bring up? Any Bozo moment?
Not really. I just do want to mention that I will be in Inter Miami's game for against Nashville tomorrow, 7:30. I will be there.
All right. Hopefully, where's
we'll be going?
So the cameras pick you up. Make sure you put that's offside.
All the sign that says that's offside.
I'll bring it for sure. I'll bring one.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, that's been everything from us. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe at the Fins Talk Sports Network. And we'll catch you all next week. Peace out.
Dale.